a lot of companies measure employee engagement. And while that's really important and understanding engagement is important, it gives you this snapshot in time so you understand whether employees are engaged or whether they're not. And again, that's meaningful information. You understand the state of things right now. But what we don't understand from that information is how to make people more engaged. And so a lot of times organizations get this information. Many organizations are currently getting the information that my employees are not engaged. And so what they do when they get that information is they know that they need to take action, but they don't have any clear directives as to what the action is that they should take. So what they end up doing is they usually implement things that they themselves would find engaging, or they look to what other organizations are doing and say, well, that organization's doing X, so we should also do X. But the issue with all of these solutions is that they're not targeted towards the individual employees that are feeling or not feeling engaged on the job.
They assess engagement and they don't really know what's driving engagement. So what we really need to focus on is the extent to which we can sort of peel back the layers of engagement. What is motivating people at their sort of core essence? What drives them to be engaged at work? If you don't have some understanding of the underlying inherent motivators that individuals have, it's very difficult to really get at, well, what really engages them.
So motivation and understanding employees' motivators helps us to really get ahead of the engagement process. So motivators and what motivates people helps us to understand how we can predict whether or not they'll be engaged. So if you look at your engagement data and you see that employees are not engaged, what can help you to better understand what to do with that information is knowing what motivates each individual employee and better understanding whether or not they're getting what motivates them out of their current job role. And if they're not, this is a really clear way that you can start to create those changes to improve engagement over time.
To understand what engages people at a deeper level, what motivates them and in turn drives engagement. So you can sort of think about motivation as sort of a precursor to engagement. It's what leads to engagement. If we only focus on engagement, we don't know what leads to it, and that's really important.
If you use a blanket solution, you might hit what engages some people in the organization. So yeah, the blanket solutions work to some extent because it raises the engagement level for some people for which that resonates. But you still have all these people who are falling through the cracks that are saying, well, this doesn't work for me. That's not what motivates me. So for example, you might put some sort of reward structure in place or recognition structure in place for people. That's going to motivate some people, but it's not going to motivate everybody. So understanding what it is that motivates each individual person and helping managers to figure out really quick and easy ways to change the jobs or to change the structure of the way that people are rewarded within the organization to align with their motivators, that's what's going to get you a greater level of engagement. And that's what companies are not currently doing.